Did you ever make a new card or cards, by the way, to get back to Hong Kong?
Yeah.
Good. All right. I'm going to start you off though in the what's it called the Australian Embassy in Beastkin Land, and
Okay.
you can go where you want to scout shit out. By the way, an important note for painting skill whoring stuff, anywhere that you've actually been in that session works
Yeah,
for
I
that.
read the copy. Yeah, I know.
Cool.
Cool.
Because later skills, you can see something once and then paint it later, but those are higher level skills.
Okay.
Someday.
I want to go and find Darius. I want to talk to him.
All right. No problem. You eventually find him. He's an older black man with the what's it called? They're not braids. They're not
Monroe.
cornrows. No, it's dreadlocks.
Ah,
He's
okay.
sitting around looking at broadsheets and stuff. He looks up when you come in. It's He's in like one of little reading room nooks and stuff. There's You were almost stepping over people to get to him. Um, there right now. Give me a luck roll. Lower is better.
Okay.
And it begins the rolling.
Just normal.
Normal. There's only a few other people in the room with him. They're
Okay.
doing their own things. Kids playing, etc.
Doors or non-doors?
Uh, you're not sure. They're little human looking kids.
Okay, they're probably not doors then. Right now. I wanna like,
Hello, Freddy, he says.
hey Darius, and I go over sit like next to him. What you doing over there?
Check. He says, I'm just keeping up on the current events. I like to keep apprised.
Uh-huh. Well then, are you aware of the situation with the cleanse in Burlington?
In Burlington?
Yes.
No, we haven't been going to Burlington. I figure
Well,
eventually they'll get mature and stop doing whatever it is they're doing. What are they doing? He says.
they took the barbershop pole out of
Ah,
them.
that's not a surprise. They're very angry right now. You know how 2-year-old children are.
Yeah, I suppose. Anyway, I wanted to ask, I may be able to acquire an extra barbershop pole, to reactivate the cleanse, but I'm not gonna do that unless you or some of the doors can protect it. Would that be something you're interested in doing?
No, not even a little bit. He says. We're happy to leave Burlington to them for a while. Um, until they get their shit sorted out. It could take a while, but they've just got to get it out of their system. 2-year-olds. He says.
Do you know about that? What do you know who is actually wearing the torques? Their identities?
No, they can become invisible.
Mm, yes, yes. Well, the reason I asked is because we managed to secure the library painting.
Oh,
And
excellent. Is it
it's
here?
in
He looks
no,
around.
it's in Burlington. It's hidden
Ah,
away, but if they find it, well, you know.
yeah, they'll probably find it. Burlington's not very big.
Yeah, so that's why um I'm trying to figure out a way of potentially dealing with the whole ice torques altogether.
Right.
So we already know how they work. Do you
Ah,
know anything else about the tower itself?
yes, yes. We had somebody before we left who was wearing an ice torque and died in an accident. And apparently, if you're part of the ice torque clique or whatever, and you die, then you come back as one of those big ice elemental guys at the ice tower.
Huh. What
And
happens if you die in a zone that's not MMO land?
I don't know. But I do know that after we left, there was probably some problems. Several people could have died. There could be a lot more people at the ice tower now.
Great.
You know how 2-year-olds get a little bit destructive and stuff. Plus, any power plays that are going on, any infighting, you know, kids.
Don't suppose you have any way of reaching the ice tower safely besides walking there? I meant any
Why would I
vents
want to
or
do
anything.
that?
Well, I mean, I'm just asking. The stalwarts and we might go and pay a visit to it one day. And
Well, that sounds very good, but nobody could figure out how to get rid of it last time they were there.
well, last time they were there, they didn't know the
Or
talks
less.
were bad.
Well, I had heard that people went back after that, after they discovered they were bad, and they were going to do something to it. And the story I got is that they had some sort of aerial defenses that came out, and they barely got away.
Oh, can you tell me more about those?
I
What
don't
kind of?
really know anything else about it. It was overheard by somebody who then told it to me because we weren't really briefed on anything. You know, the stalwarts generally do their own thing. We don't, they don't come to us and go, here's what's going on, just so you're in
Mhm.
the loop. You
Right.
know, kids. He says,
All right. Well, do you remember who went on this mission?
no, like I said, I heard this secondhand.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Any idea of how many torque wearers there might be in total?
No, not a
Okay.
clue.
All right. Then what's the population of Kinleyville altogether?
Or do you mean just Kinleyville or Kinleyville and the other outlying towns?
Let's just do Kinleyville for now.
Last I left, it was about 2,000 people, maybe a bit more.
Those are a lot of potential torque wearers.
Well, and the outlying towns are, you know, another maybe 4,000 ish. So there's less than 10,000 people total. Plus they do breed very quickly there.
Yeah, I noticed.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for the info.
I'm guessing that, they continued breeding as soon as we left. You know, kids.
What can you tell me a little bit about the whirlpool cake? How does it work specifically?
I'm not sure. Joshua McKay knows a lot more about that. Apparently, he's got all kinds of gate magic and
Well,
stuff.
no, I meant we saw them kind of appearing near it in an airship. How would they do
Oh,
that?
they've gotten the airship working. I didn't know if they'd be able to get that figured out, but we did have a number of the kids on the crew. Um, yeah, you pretty much just fly the airship back and forth through it. It's not an easy journey because you have to go through cascading water and stuff, but you know, the bladder really helps to block off some of the water. You pretty much just have to punch through it at the right angle.
Right.
I'm not really familiar with a lot on the airship stuff. I didn't really use it myself.
That's fine. I just wanted to know how they did it back then. So,
Sure, sure. I'm happy to
right.
help out with any information. Why? What have the stalwarts got going? You need the
Well,
painting back, and you need the ice tower you want destroyed. I'm wondering though if that would kill the torque wearers to destroy the ice tower.
well, I don't know, but I'm assuming that at least the torques will stop functioning because there'll be no power going to them.
That's an interesting assumption. Do you have any evidence on that?
Nope, I'm just going off by what I was told. Apparently, there's some sphere or orb, powerful orb or whatever, that gives them power. I'm assuming if we either dispel it or destroy it, they'll stop working, or they might die. I don't know.
How do you
But
know that the power of this orb thing won't just go into the torques and make everybody wearing them stronger? I mean, magic works in strange ways. You haven't
yeah.
really thought about this a lot, have you? He picks up his broadsheet. What else can I help you with?
Well, if that doesn't work, then we just take the orb away to another zone where magic doesn't work.
You mean the orb that I've heard anything that even comes close to touching it not only freezes, but the freezing effect travels along anything that is used to handle it and goes into like you to freeze you into a
All
solid
right, good
rock,
to know. Don't touch the orb.
uh,
I'll make,
or even getting close to it is what I'd heard.
hmm. Do you have any
I mean, I'm not an expert in this, and some of my information might be a bit off, but it doesn't sound like you have any more information than I do. Hmm.
That's why I'm here. I'm trying to gather
Okay,
information.
great. That sounds like a good idea.
Do you have any fire weapons still lying around that we might use?
A lot of the kids do.
The kids.
You know, the ones wearing ice torch running around in the home sweet home, you know.
Well, I meant here in the embassy.
Oh, we might have a fire sword I could try to find, I
Well, I
suppose.
have one of those. Well, maybe one for
Oh, great.
one of the others I'm traveling with. Maybe
He
they'll
looks
need one.
around.
Do you have any projectile flame weapons? Anything
Flame
like that?
projectiles? No.
Hmm. Any magical items at all that may help with our mission? Go into the tower.
Going to what?
Go into the tower.
Um, I heard Doc Fulton used a bunch of golf balls last time. We might be able to find some of those.
Yes, Duncan is golfing. All right. Well, if I think of anything else, I'll. Oh, that reminds me. Have you heard of the blue crystals down in the sewers?
Blue crystals in the sewers.
The
Um,
magic dampening crystal.
no, nobody's mentioned that. I'd heard about some blue crystals locked up in the safe here, but those are gone now, is what I'd heard.
Yeah, no, those were different.
Oh,
There are these. There's this cave down in the sewers of these blue crystals that dampen magic. We took one. We mined some of them out, took them out, and they lost that dampening effect, but got some other kind of like a tracking effect to them, but we didn't get a chance to really analyze them too well. Would you be willing to go down, grab a few samples, and find out what you can about them, and let me know?
we've been warned about the sewers. I think you have some miners here that
Yes, if I told the miners to go with you, they know where the crystals are, because we went with them. We've cleared the way. Take a small sample, bring them back.
I can
Have a
dispatch some people to do that.
Yes, not you specifically.
Oh, I see.
Yes, yeah.
Yes,
Uh,
I can ask some people to get them. Do you know if they have any other secondary effects though?
Not really. We haven't had a chance to analyze them. I'm
The
curious what other
dangerous,
properties.
like if exposed to air or left out for very
Well, we took them out. We
right.
took them
But you
to
guys are immune
Gothic.
to a lot of other stuff that we're not.
Well, we took them to Gothic, and nothing happened to them when we
Right.
looked
But
at
you
them.
haven't had
No,
them here exposed to air.
oh no. Well, we had to have them here because we took them out and brought them up. So
You don't
you
have,
know,
are those pieces still around?
I think Doc has them. Hmm. Let me check my list of what stored items we have. But I
He just
believe
gives you a
Dutton.
long look. All right, he says, you're just kind of flailing around now, aren't you? All right. Sure. I'll go. I'll have somebody go see the miners. He picks up a speaking tube and whistles into it. Yes,
That
sir.
is.
Send in Hanks and Frederick. A couple guys come in, and he relays the request that you'd made. They give you a look. Give me an empathy roll.
Empathy. Well,
They're thinking about slitting your throat while you're asleep, and there you go. Yes, Darius. And they head off. You'll
don't
take
forget
care
to
of
take the
yourself,
miners.
he says.
Don't forget to take the miners with you.
One of them scratches the back of his head with his middle finger as they leave.
Good luck. Thanks. Appreciate it. All right. Well,
Darius looks at you.
thanks. Do let me know what you find. Do you need
What do you mean what I find? We don't have
Well,
any wizards here. You're the
you have
wizards.
no. What happened to Janet?
Janet, she is currently off in Bakersfield trying to get more books and such.
Can you have her take a look at it when she comes
Bakersfield's
back?
a long way away it's a long way away. They're
You
still
have
working
no.
on the train.
You have no other magic app users.
Do you remember when they all got lost in the
Yeah, I know,
boat?
but not all of them.
Oh yeah, no, they were looking for the source of magic. They apparently failed to find it. They did find death, though. You don't remember any of this, do you?
I do, but I
Ah,
figured you had at least 2 or 3 that stayed behind. For
not good ones.
emergencies,
Not
not
good
good ones.
ones. No, I wouldn't trust them to figure out a magic rock, which kind of is what you're asking for. I wouldn't trust them for that. They're still really green and incompetent. I mean, that's what the stalwarts do. Is magic.
I know, but we're trying to, delegate some of these problems, trying to like speed things up, but if you're not able to, that's fine.
He
I
gives you a
understand.
long look.
Don't
We're
worry.
working on trying to get enough food for everybody right now, and trying to spread out some of our stuff for making things here, and
Well, that's
securing jobs.
that's what we're trying to help, If we fix the ice tower, you can go back to Kinderville.
I think we're done with Kinleyville. We need the stalwarts to find us a new home, one that
I know.
accepts everybody, including elves.
Have you thought about going to not cyberpunk, but another modern-ish area?
They freak out, is what I was told, if elves are around.
Really? Yep. Why? You
Like
only have 20
racist.
years, but they don't know elves are real. Is what I'm saying.
I
I
I
mean,
remember going through a long list of different places with Alex Kinley, and eventually we came up with we need a new home.
did you discuss Shermer, Illinois?
Isn't that the primitive place that doesn't even have good Wi-Fi?
I mean, Kinderville doesn't have Wi-Fi either.
No, no, but it did have magic, and magic makes up for a lot.
Magic works quite well now in Shermer.
Weird. Well, all right.
I mean, I'm just asking. Did that come up in your discussions. Yes.
Yeah, they don't have elves there. Or if we can find an unpopulated area and stuff, we start over there.
You can go to
Hopefully, we
Africa.
won't. What?
You can go to Africa. You do know where Africa is, right?
Well, yes, but it's all slagged with radiation and stuff.
What? No. Not Cyberpunk. Sherman, Illinois. Africa. There's no radiation there. What are you talking about?
Is it inhabited in Shermer?
Yeah.
He just gives you a look. When I say the word uninhabited and the word inhabited,
No. Look.
these
What
are
will
opposites, you see,
I'm
Freddie.
saying you can fly on a plane to an uninhabited area.
In a world that's inhabited, there's probably a good reason why it's uninhabited. Are you trying to get rid of us quickly?
I'm trying to help you.
He gives you a long look. You're getting a lot of those today, and you're not sure why.
Look,
Oh,
I'm just saying, in this world, if somebody walks around with pointy ears, yes, you might get some look, but you can just say you had some body alterations, and they'll just look at you funny, and that's it.
we'll put it over in the maybe category, he says.
All right, well, if I find anything else, I'll let you know.
Perfect.
All right, do let me know what happens with the crystals.
If anybody
And
survives, I'll let you know.
great. And yeah. All right. Well, I have a few things I need to look at. So I'll see you around. Sorry.
That's it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Next I want to um. Let me
He
see
goes
what was.
back to his work.
All right. Let's I wanna put on the face changing mask that I still have. Put that on, and I wanna go and finally take a closer look at Cyberpunk and see what's going on over there.
So you're putting on the face changing mask,
Yeah.
making a different face.
Yeah.
That's a tech thing, right?
Um, I got it from XO23. So,
Yeah, that's what I thought. Hold on, let me see if that works here or agents come or something. Give me a second here. Let's see. Furry Western. Does he explode? Give me a willpower times 5 roll.
yeah, full power top 5. Yeah.
It's not a check, but it does work for you, and it doesn't explode.
All right. Cool. Yeah. Pull out my jump and off I go.
Where does the Trump go to in the cyberpunk place?
The Galaxy Hotel corridor.
Ah, oh, that's right. Yeah. You guys went through the whole round the corner. No problem. You end up stepping through, rounding the corner. You almost run into a couple very surprised Asian businessmen who are like, oh, they bow and move aside and go around you.
All right.
Great place to pop in.
Yeah. First thing I want to do before aimlessly exploring
Oh,
is
I'm
um.
aimlessly exploring ready too.
Wait. Fuck. All right. I need to go. I forgot to have my money with me. I need to go back to the embassy, grab my
Do
money, and then
you
come
have a
back.
card for the embassy as well?
Yeah, I have a bunch of cards.
All right, no problem. You pull out their card and blip back out of there, hoping that oh shit, people are really surprised. The embassy's scrabbling for weapons and shit. They see it's you and eventually relax. You go pick
Yeah.
up your various monies. Are you just getting the
Yeah.
one money you think you'll need, or various other monies as well?
Just um. I'll grab. Let me see. I'll definitely grab the Hong Kong dollars. I've been meaning to ask, what kind of are they paper money? Is it chips? What
Oh,
kind
the
of,
Hong Kong dollars? It's
yeah,
paper.
paper? Okay.
Lots and lots of paper.
Mm-hmm. Um,
You can nearly get
oh,
paid $1 million a year for a kind of average salary there.
mm, damn. All right. Well, I'll grab, let's say 100,000 Hong Kong dollars.
How much do you have in Hong Kong dollars?
275,000.
Okay. Yeah, you grab about half your money. Cool.
And yeah, I'll go back now.
No problem. I yeah, you eventually managed to escape the hotel and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Their Gaijing looks pretty much the same as every other Gaijing. How are you dressed for Hong Kong?
I'm just in my normal kind of blackish, you
Got it.
know,
You're in your trench coat,
yeah,
Matrix style.
yeah,
Very.
yeah,
You fit right the fuck in. I mean, for a Gaijing, for
yeah, yeah, yeah.
stuff. But there are a fair number of foreigners around. It's not like, oh look, the only foreigner in Kowloon. No, no.
Yeah, yeah. I want to go and find somewhere to buy another pair of VR goggles since my
Oh,
other one broke.
got it. You find out that the prices on various things have changed. You're not sure whether it's the riots, whether it's the zone uh, what's it calling, messing about with itself. You don't know what the fuck is going on. But the new VR goggles are quite expensive. They're up to 10,000. Apparently, the price went up according to the little sign after the IPO. And of course, it does mention something about Big Brother.
All right. And do they sell the ones with the tinted glasses or not?
Yes,
All right, I'll buy a pair of those black tinted
of
goggles.
course, it matches the rest of your outfit.
Yeah.
You do so.
Okay. And I wanna after I leave, I wanna put them on and see basically what. I mean, obviously we have that briefing that you kind of gave us. What I want to find out a bit more about the current government and how they came into power, and also about the umbrella movement. What are they all about?
Give me a computer use roll to make your goggles do what you want. Do you want to go buy a coffee or something to?
Yeah, like a coffee shop
No
or
problem.
cafe shop. Something.
You go to a coffee shop. Coffee is 70 Hong Kong dollars.
I'll just order some water.
They uh, sell it for 50 Hong Kong dollars. You get a bottle of
Wow.
water. Oh yeah, Hong Kong.
Holy shit. All right.
Everybody else has coffees and they are cool.
Yeah, water's fine.
Okay,
Made the roll.
no problem. Give me a research roll to find the useful data.
By half.
Oh yeah, very nice. Yeah, let me give you some data here. You're just sitting in a coffee shop. You're near the river right now. Various brown water lot trash. There's water taxis going by. The streets, by the way, are super clogged up. In a lot of places, there's literally no traffic moving and such. A lot of people with umbrellas, face masks, tinted goggles, and such wandering around. Um, it looks like there's a lot of corrugated steel, twisting metal, rusted, neon, stinking garbage piles here and there because the garbage trucks are having problems getting through. Um, let's see, and you go into the news. There is some news. If you'll recall the different places in Hong Kong, hold on, let me give you. Where's my locations folder? Fortunately, Hong Kong is rather easy from a top-down perspective. There aren't that many different. Oh, Right. In Hong Kong, ah, Hong Kong districts, there's Hong Kong Island that contains central, east, and south districts. These are nicest, richest, highest skyscrapers, strip joints, red light districts, etc. There's Kowloon, that's a big fucking park, and there's Lantau Island. This is where really super poor people live, next door to Disneyland and idyllic beaches. Obviously, the poor people are not allowed on the beaches. But what the fuck are you babbling about, Cat? He's home. Be happy. Um, there's some sort of darkness growing in Lantau Island, uh, in the more impoverished, more deserted parts of it. People are beginning to mutter about it becoming ill-omened. People are starting to disappear there. At least three, and the cops don't seem to give a shit. Also, people have reported high-pitched human shrieks sometimes heard on the island. Let's see, other stuff.
Lantau is also an island?
Yeah, everything's islands here.
Okay.
Hong Kong likes it that way.
And they're connected by boats, I'm assuming.
There's boats, and I believe there's also bridges and stuff. But given how the ground traffic is pretty much stopped moving, I mean, you've only moved like a half a block so far.
Yeah.
But if you start covering any distance, you'll probably be taking water taxi because they're super common, super cheap. We're talking like 10 Hong Kong bucks. And it's impossible to really picket the waterways very effectively. I mean, you can set up people, but they'll just drown. The protesters and such you're watching videos of them. It shows you watching videos as the same shit's going on the street, but it's more real to you. The computer thing. The protesters are mostly college or poor people, and there is a fuck ton of poor people in Hong Kong because prices are out of control. They're carrying umbrellas. They often have yellow ribbons. They hand out lists of their demands and leaflets. You're watching one of the protests and such, and one of the speakers is rallying up the crowd. He's like, and it shows the English version. It says, "We face a future as mortgage slaves, forced to toil for the same rapturous mega corporations that sold them their tiny concrete shoebox homes for astronomical sum. The very poor have been forced to live in actual fucking cages for several generations. No more." There's also some clips of police, and they are setting up water cannons, like automated water cannons and such. There's also other things that they're setting up that, according to some sources, are like they're covered and they could be water cannons, but some sources are saying these are actually machine guns, automated machine guns, like big fuckers that they're setting up.
Yeah.
So it's getting and stories of police over brutality have started to leak in and whatnot. You also notice you hear a weird buzzing outside. Can't see what it is because you've got all these computer screens and shit.
I pull up my goggles.
No problem. You pull down there. You see drones going by with cameras on them and such. No clue who they belong to.
They're not the same ones I saw last time we were here.
Some are. Some aren't.
Oh, okay.
There's a lot of drones. Also, pretty much in the place that you're at, which is the built-up, super rich area and stuff, which costs a lot. But if you're going to go to Hong Kong, you don't want to go to the poor people places because, almost everything you do is under surveillance from at least 4 different cameras.
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah, well, Chris didn't when he starts wanting to steal flying cars and shit.
That's why I put the mask on.
Yeah. Now you look like a protester. Oh wait, no, that mask. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, other one. All right. Speaking of flying cars, do they still fly around? Or they?
Yes, the super rich people are able to get away from all the gridlock and shit like that.
But they're not as common, or people can't afford them as much.
They're freaky expensive.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
mean, they're like 10 times the price of a ground car, and ground cars are freaky expensive.
And how long has this been going on? Because it wasn't like this when we left.
Couple
So
months.
when couple months. And how
It's
did it
been
start?
building up.
How did it
Um,
start?
Good question, take card. You go back to the cause. Well, aside from corporate greed, apparently it's they had hold on a second. There we go. It all comes back to that handout I gave you earlier. The Chinese government, they've been having various power plays and all that kind of stuff. And this new Sun guy, actual name Xin Hai Yang, he's a strong advocate of dealing with citizens who get above their station with a show of overwhelming force.
Yeah.
And so it all comes back to the original.
And I want to do a bit of research on this new leader, but I want to do it. I want to basically hide my. I
I
don't
get
want
your
people
action.
knowing I'm doing this. Yeah.
Give
'Cause
me,
I
give me,
imagine.
give me a hacking roll. This is how well am I hiding my shit?
Okay.
I mean, I'm
Uh,
assuming you don't want just the stuff that China's putting out about it.
no, no, no.
They'll be like,
But
this is
this
a
is
big
what Freddy
leader.
does. So this is what Freddy does. So like, yeah. Um,
Let's see if you can actually pull it off, though, because what Freddy does and what Freddy rolls are very different things.
I'm gonna play a skill 15.
I would too, just because otherwise this coffee shop will probably get shot up by cops.
Yep, made it.
Nothing special, but
Nothing
yeah.
special.
Oh, thank goodness you played that
I
fucking
know.
card. Yeah. Okay, Xin Hai Yang, a little bit of general knowledge. I mean, give me a different hacking roll. You're kind of hidden. You've got limited time, you think, but you're kind of hidden for now. Give me a
Okay.
different hacking roll to see the different pots you can dip out of.
Just a
Yeah.
normal success.
Yeah. All right. I'll give you the normal success information. Xin Hai Yang, aka New Sun, is a charismatic up and coming leader in China. Age 35, he served with the Ministry of State Security. It said he knows where the bodies are buried, so to speak. You're sure that that's just a saying and not literal. He's never seen in public without his blue suit, crimson tie, and white shirt. The suit is so expensive it's able to look understated. Um, Checking out his speeches and stuff, it's not wildly removed from what other politicians are saying. However, when you're watching one of his speeches and whatnot, give me empathy roll.
Yep. Yep, by quarter.
By a quarter. The people sitting near him, like the closer they are, the more this is obvious, seem entranced and enthralled by everything this guy says. I mean, they're kind of ignoring him like before he starts talking. As soon as he starts talking, they're like, it's almost as though Jesus walked in the room, went, oh, and everybody went, oh,
Um,
that kind of thing.
based on my limited knowledge of magic, can I
Uh-huh.
tell if he's doing anything to them when he's
If he
talking?
is, he's not like, I mean, because casting a spell is super obvious. It's
Well,
kind of
he is making a speech. Maybe
right.
that's part of the spell.
It could be, although you're thinking, um, give me a cult or Cthulhu Mythos roll.
Because I'm really good at that. All right.
Cool. That will help.
Occult lore. I'm a bit better at that. Oh, by quarter. Holy shit.
You're fucking great at this. He seems to almost have a magical sway within his voice. Even the most stubborn opponents of his seem extremely mollified after meeting him. They're like, he has some points, like
Wow.
dangerously mollified. Now, since you'd made your research roll, some more information on this guy for you to get. This guy came from the best family as far as politics in China go, had the best schooling. He was groomed for a leadership role at the age of 3. Quite an impressive background. However, his life was not without tragedy. At age 16, his mother died of what is rumored to be an accidental drug overdose. His father threw himself into work and died, it said, from the heartbreak and loss of his wife 3 years later. Also, Nu Sun's older brother was lost in a yachting accident. His younger sister entered a convent when Nu Sun was 18 years old. Now at 35, Nu Sun is considered a young up-and-comer. There was something that happened when he was 15, but with the sources that you've dipped into currently, you're not able to get that access to that. You're thinking that somebody tried to cover up something at age 15. There could also be other deeper information that you haven't found. Let's see. Also, apparently he's you find a picture of him that shows him meeting a group of people welcoming him into a karetsu. Do you know what a karetsu is?
No, that was.
It's a Japanese thing that has apparently made it to parts of communist China. It's a corporate thing. It's when you've got a bunch of businesses and they band together in basically they have mutual interests, and then it's they make like a tribe, and then they have some allies and some enemies that are other karetsus. It's so and the karetsus are notoriously hard. It's not like we all do this kind of business. No, it can I could have like a laundromat and a microchips manufacturer and a car company all in the same karetsu.
Right, yeah. I know what this is. Yeah.
Cool. And one of the guys in the meeting, he's kind of like almost clipped out of the picture, but it seems to be a really young kid, maybe 10, 11, 12, with this huge blue hair. And so that's why that kind of picture caught your eye. You don't know what's up, but the kid was going like that. So yeah, there's information that you can't get to, but you're also nervous about trying it here in a coffee shop on their Wi-Fi and stuff with off-the-counter goggles and such. You feel that there's other information that may be out there.
I haven't built my thing yet, so.
Right. But you know that the company, give me another research roll for the company it's a Bahamas-based company is all that you found out with that. You might be able to match up. Now you can't, right now you can't match up any of the faces. And there's no reference to who the kid even is. It's almost like he was not supposed to be in this shot, but somebody didn't crop it quite right or something. So,
what kind of his karetsu what company is it?
That's part of the fun about karetsus is they don't really list the companies that are in the karetsu. It's like it's kind of a secret or quasi-secret organization.
Right. Okay. I understand.
Because Asia is not fucking complicated enough. That's why they do it that way.
So he is like the prime minister, or what is he of Hong Kong?
He is an up and coming power. He's looking to take over the company, and if he does, or company, country, same thing. If he does, it could be extra happy fun time for everybody involved. Right now, I would call him a In Western terms, he's like an advisor for the big guy, assuming the big guy continues to live a happy, healthy
And
life.
who is currently in charge?
Some random faceless, fat Asian
Okay,
Chinese guy.
so yeah, not
They're all kind
Nancy.
of like that. They're interchangeable, actually.
Hmm.
Kind of like
All right.
asking who the head of China is now. Nobody knows. Nobody cares. It's a fat Asian dude.
So
Fat old men. They're currently running the world still. Someday women will get equal wages though, but not in this cyberpunk time.
right. So this guy is basically, from my understanding, influencing the government to be more uh, dictatorial, trying to more
Put
money
it
for the rich, less for the poor, kind of
to
a
put
thing.
it well that, and also to put it in Western terms, hawks and doves. He's a hawk.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I figured as much.
Oh yeah, of course,
Hmm.
because your life is not complicated enough.
And
Oh shit! One of the little screens you've got going, because one screen is not enough for fucking.
oh, please.
You've got
Yeah.
numerous screens going. On one of them, there's some sort of news story where the newscaster seems excited. Um, Apparently, there's been a disappearance, and it was somebody important. So, uh, yeah,
In
people.
what city? Where?
The city you're in, the district you're in, the rich, influential part.
And when did that happen?
Last night.
Oh.
Yeah.
Any other details? Like, just
The person's
disappeared?
name is Liang Jin.
Okay. And he just disappeared. No.
Yeah, yeah. It's the police. Police are looking into it. Uh,
Um,
the
hmm,
person was on the board of directors for AYS Tech,
ew,
and
okay.
that's causing the stock price to slump by a couple of points, which is freaking people out.
Mm,
It's one of the many tech companies. I mean, there's a lot of shit going on.
yeah.
Also, on another channel, well, one of them is of course doing reruns of Handy,
Of course.
um, because it's still in syndication. Um, and there's also, you remember the aliens guy, the big hair?
Yeah. Yeah.
He's on one of the channels and stuff, and he's uh, currently talking about aliens and stuff here.
What the fuck? Okay.
And they also have uh, new mods you can get for your baby. You know, like the commercial is, "Are you sick of how people are always saying how cute your baby is? Now, from the makers of Baby Safe, skull tattoos and horns, tails, etc. All you can put on your baby today, permanent."
Okay. All right.
Shows some lady looking into a crib going, ah, and running off, and the lady pushing it goes,
I wanna have a go poke around where this guy was last seen, the disappearing guy,
he disappeared out of his home and stuff.
straight out of his home.
Uh-huh.
Just
His highly secured home. It had
oh,
all the usual stuff. You kind of doubt the police will invite you into an active
well,
crime,
obviously, yeah. I'm not gonna.
unless,
Um,
unless you just want to break in and go, I will solve your shit.
one of the
Who is
things,
this white guy?
um, I have a question. If I was to rent a cheap room in this hotel,
I have the
and
prices for that shit by the month.
assuming I can, assuming I can afford it,
By the
can I
month?
build? No, by the day.
By the day? By the
Yeah.
day is a lot more expensive than monthly, but let me find it here. And let's see. Haha, go calculator magic. The prices getting all mixed around. Isn't that good? A couple thousand a night.
Okay. How
I
would
mean,
I be able to build my hacking device in one of those rooms if I brought my stuff with me?
um, well, I went and found the hacking device thing, and I did say you would need a clean room. So, assuming that Pete fucking suddenly appeared
Well,
from
I mean, you said it
like
would be a
purify.
bonus. You said
Yes,
it'd be a
yes.
bonus for
The
me.
bonus is it may work according to my notes.
Oh, okay. All right.
You're dealing with a lot of like very sensitive shit.
All right, never mind then. One of the things I wanted to just have is I want to locate where, because I'm assuming the internet, quote unquote, still runs. There is Wi-Fi, but it has to run like with cables and fiber optics like underground, so you have speed. Otherwise, Wi-Fi is not that fast.
They've
Uh,
got Wi-Fi up to the point where it's super duper fast.
yeah,
And
but the data still needs to travel like via cables.
it's better if it travels by cables, but yeah, they've got really good Wi-Fi in
Yeah,
the cyberpunk world.
I want to check to see um where the cables run to and from. Basically, I want to eventually, one day, maybe, go either in the sewers or on the ground or whatever, wherever the cables are, and directly hack into those cables to have the data.
So they try to keep all that shit secret or guarded because lots of people want to do this.
Yeah, I figured.
Oh yeah, it's apparently a big secret.
All right, all right, all right, all right, all right.
I mean, I'm not saying you can't find it, but I'm saying that there's a whole bunch of people who want to protect the trunks and stuff.
Yeah, fair dues, fair dues. All right, so there's this guy.
By the way, if you want a full set of clothing, including shoes, it's only 3,000 Hong Kong dollars.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Please help.
It's the same price as utilities for a small ass department for.
What's the gold exchange rate?
Oh, that's still pretty good. You can still pull an amazing 20K out of a coin, assuming you do really great at bargain.
That's pretty decent actually.
Uh huh.
Okay. All right. I want to see if I can find either in my memory, because maybe I know something, or maybe do some online research. I want to see if there's any mention of mythological creatures that have this sort of air about them where they can influence the way people think or persuade them really well.
There's a red flashing box in your view.